Hi, I'm Donald with Steambrite Supply, and today we're going to talk about the CleanStorm 12-6800 AFAD carpet cleaning extractor. It has tile cleaning capabilities as well. Now, the 12 and the number of the model actually refers to having dual 12-gallon tanks. So there's a 12-gallon freshwater tank. There's also a 12-gallon recovery tank. The 6 in the number system refers that it has dual 6.6 vac motors. Now, 6.6 vac motors are made by Amatec Lamb. That's for these vac motors here. They do use about 25% more electricity, so they're going to average about 12.5 amps per cord per vac motor operating, but they also perform about 25% stronger than the average 3-stage vac motor. And when you pair them together, this is actually an in-series, so that means that the vacuum of this second vac motor is actually pulling off the exhaust of the first motor. It'll actually pull a full 215 inches of lift. Now that's more than a truck mount does, because truck mounts max out typically 14 to 15 inches of mercury, and this is actually past that. So, and it also does a full 170 cubic feet of airflow per minute. So this machine, with running 2-inch vacuum hose primarily, and then maybe running a liter hose of 1.5 inches, maybe 10 or 15 feet, you can actually run 150 plus feet of hose length. Now, the other thing that's unique, the 800 in the part number, refers to it has an 800 PSI pump installed under the hood. Now, this is a Pump Tech pump. It's actually wired that it pulls half the electricity off of one power cord and the other half off the other power cord. And the reason for that is that the water pump actually is using about 5 amps of power. So each cord is only requiring about 2.5, 2.2 in that range. So we have on the back here 2 cords, and you need to plug them in on separate circuit breakers. And when you do that, it actually, they're joining the electricity to make a 230 volt water pump operate on one switch. So on the control panel, we have one switch to turn the water pump on, but it's actually using electricity off of both power cords to do it. And that's so that it's kind of evenly using the electricity in the building, and it will be less likely to trip any breakers, because you have one vac motor running here, the other vac motor running here. You have half the water pump and half the water pump. Now, that actually means that this unit has quite a bit more cleaning units or speed than other machines that only have maybe 1 gallon a minute at 500 PSI. This is 2.21 gallons a minute at 800 PSI. Both the volume and the pressure is increased, so it gives you the ability to easily adjust your knob here and toggle between upholstery cleaning at 400, a carpet cleaning at 500, or if you want to turn it all the way up to 800 PSI, you can do that as well. Another feature on this machine is it is autofill. That's what this connection here is. This is your autofill hose. It comes with 50 feet of autofill hose. So this is going to snap into this connection here. On the other side of this is a traditional garden hose. It has a little tape on it so you don't lose the washer. And that would go to your hot water supply in the house. It also comes with 50 feet of regular traditional garden hose that you could hook up here. This is a auto dump connection. I can just unscrew it. You'll see it's just garden hose threads that you could hook that up to. Now, the pump on the inside here, can't really see it, but it's down in the bottom. It's actually a little giant 20 gallon a minute discharge pump. And that discharge pump at 20 gallons a minute actually fully occupies the garden hose. So if you could picture hooking this up to like even a garden hose spigot outside, and you see the water shooting across, it's actually about 20 gallons a minute. So it's a very robust auto pump out pump. Typically, you see a lot of other portables will have a little bitty pump installed under the hood, typically only rated for about 3 gallons, maybe 4, if you're lucky, maybe 5 gallons. Very few of them are going to actually have a submersible pump inside the waste tank that's going to give that kind of flow rate. Some other things that I noticed with this machine, it does have 10-inch foam-filled pneumatic wheels in the back, swivel casters in the front. It's also got some vents here, both in the housing and on the side. As I've already got this open here, but as I pull this back, another feature that we notice is that this part of the beveling of the housing actually fits in here. So when it's closed and then you latch this shut, it actually is making a really good snug connection. On other things that are included with this machine, you do get 2 separate 25-foot 12-gauge extension cords. These have the little LED light in the plug-in to let you know that you're plugged in on a hot connection. It also comes, like with any auto pump out machine, you need to have some kind of lint filtration system. Now this is actually used at this point. You would hook up your vacuum hose on here, and then your other piece go into your wand, your cleaning tool would hook here. And you can just set this on the ground when you're using it. And inside of here, I'll go ahead and open this up, has a lift out lint filtration sock that you can just rinse off with a garden hose when you finish each job. You want to keep the human hair and pet hair and carpet fibers out of the auto pump out pump, so it's super important that you're using that. Overall, you'll find that this machine has more vacuum than the average portable, as well as a larger pump than the average portable, and has features like this 2-inch vacuum port that gives you the ability to hook to both 2-inch or 1.5-inch hose, as well as it has a little tray here for some spotting mechanism, brushes, chemicals. So this would be a really good option to consider for your carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning arsenal. And on our next video, I'm going to take a spinner tool and actually hook it up. Now normally spinner tools you would use at 1,000+ PSI, but we're going to go ahead and try it at 800 PSI and see how it works. Anyway, thanks for watching.